Hi everyone, it's Laura. Today is a very special but hard day for me. February 28th of 2010, I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. This was the day that I first saw my GI doctor and first got a scope, and this was the day that I learned that I had ulcerative colitis. So this is my 3-year anniversary with my disease, and I just wanted to put out a kind of special video and something very close to my heart. So I hope you enjoy this. But first of all, I know this doesn't have to do with it, but I wanted to share my outfit of the day. I usually don't do this, but this is a really special shirt to me. I got it from thegreatbowelmovement.org, which I think is so cute. So it says, "Ask me about my resilience and my determination, where I find my strength, what motivates me and keeps me going and reminds me I can handle this pain, why I refuse to quit, and what I'm doing to overcome my IBD." On the back it says, "IBD can't stop me." So I usually don't wear shirts out proclaiming to everyone like, "Oh, I have IBD," but today is something really special to me, so I just, I wanted to show the world and show myself that I'm still going after 3 years, which is a seventh of my life. I do calculations every year to see how much percentage of my life has been with IBD. So, anyways, let's get down to the actual bulk of this video, and I am going to look to the side because I wrote down kind of my ideas because I really want to get everything across. So today I'm going to do what my disease has given me. I generally try every year on my anniversary with ulcerative colitis to, one, give myself permission to cry and feel sorry for myself, but two, also kind of reflect on the whole process of having ulcerative colitis and everything that I've gone through and personal growth that it's given me, and also all the things it's taken away from me. But I decided instead of doing what ulcerative colitis or what IBD has taken from me, I wanted to do one where it's what it's given to me, and hopefully, this will either be something of a pick-me-up to those of you who are watching my channel, or maybe it'll give you a different way of thinking about things. This mentality took me a while to to develop. So, the first thing my disease has given me is determination and tenacity. I know they're somewhat of synonyms, but I really love the word tenacity, so I had to throw it in there because I really think that symbolizes, getting knocked down and just coming right back up. So, going through so many procedures and so many painful experiences and just the hassle of daily life, just living with ulcerative colitis really takes a lot of tenacity and determination. Living with Crohn's disease, living with any chronic illness really takes a lot, and I don't think that people who have IBD or other diseases always realize how amazing you are. And I was talking to a friend last night, a really close friend of mine, and she kind of stepped back and she said, "Laura, I don't really think that you realize every day how amazing you are to us." And it's because, going through life, having a disease where every day is a struggle, some sort of struggle. Maybe it's not physical that day, but it's still emotional, and you still have that emotional toll of knowing that your life has changed a lot. And so I think that we really need to give credit to ourselves, because just living a normal life, I've said this in another video, but living a normal life or trying to have a semi-normal life with IBD is really, really something that should be admired by you. You should admire yourself for trying to live with this and keep your life, semi-normal. The next thing that it gave me is appreciation for the little things. And I'm going to tell a really quick story. I divert all the time, I know I do. But this was my second hospitalization, which I always talk about. And I was fasting for more than 10 days. And finally they said that I could have something. And it was like late, so I couldn't order anything. And I wanted to start slow, and so the nurse came in with a little packet of 2 saltine crackers, and I opened it up and I took a little bite, and I chewed and chewed and chewed, and I swallowed, and it felt like that saltine cracker was sticking to my ribs. It just, all that hunger that I'd had was finally my stomach was like, "Okay, thank you, you're feeding me, this feels so good." And I don't even really care for saltine crackers. They're kind of bland, but I will forever remember that as like my best meal ever because it was the most wonderful feeling after like 14 or 15 days, I don't remember now, but of fasting where like that little saltine cracker just, oh, it just settled my stomach and it made it feel so good. And so going through that, I really have tried to stay aware of the present moment and just being able to drink water because, with people who have IBD, there have been times where you were not allowed to have anything orally. And, just to take a moment and really appreciate the water that you're drinking, the food that you're eating, a pain-free day or even a pain-free hour. There is something that I did, and I think I talked about this in my toolbox of positivity video or whatever I called it, and it's this thing that I did, and I just call it 5 positive things a day. Pretty simple. And what I do is I focus on 5 things that have been better today than they were yesterday. So my favorite example is that I went up half a flight of stairs without stopping. And that was a really big success for me because for a while my bedroom's on the 2nd floor at my house and I was sleeping on the couch on the 1st floor because I couldn't even make it up the stairs. I was so weak and so much in pain. And so I made it up half a flight of stairs without stopping, and that was huge. Another thing was I only went to the bathroom 7 times a day versus like the 10 that was the next day. And so even though they're little tiny victories, there's something to be appreciative of. So it really gave me that appreciation for the little things factor. The next thing it gave me is empathy. Before I had ulcerative colitis, I knew there was pain in the world and I knew it was terrible, but I didn't really know how bad it could get. And now when I have little breakdowns, I think one of the things that really upsets me is that I know what pain is, and I know there are people who are living every day in pain and will be, and that is so scary to me now that I know how much pain can just consume your life and how it feels like it'll never end. And that's why I want to go into a healing field, is because I want to give those who are going through something chronic or even not chronic, that I want to give them hope for the future, and I want to give them some sort of comfort in this like endless struggle with pain that they have. And I know you don't have to look sick to be sick, and this is something that I've tried to change in my life. I'm trying to make a conscious effort as long as I'm feeling well. Because I'm in Chicago, I take the CTA a lot, and if there are only a couple seats left, I make sure not to sit down if I'm feeling well because I want to give those seats to someone else. And the majority of the time, I'm sure that people who are completely healthy take them. But, I've had to ask for someone to give up their seat a couple times, and I looked completely like I do now, but I was flaring and really in pain, and they just gave me such a hard time about it. And I realized that you don't have to look sick to be sick and to feel really terrible. So that kind of gives me the empathy of understanding that, just because you look healthy does not mean that you are, and that people are going through something. One of my favorite lines is like, everybody has their something. Some people don't have it yet, but they will. And that sounds kind of sad, but it's just the fact of life. Everyone has their something. Everyone goes through some sort of pain in their life. So the next thing that my disease has given me and taught me a lot about is positivity. I try to keep these videos very positive, and I also try to keep my life very positive. So this is something that I have said so many times, and it's, if you can't change your situation, change your attitude. And that really resonates with me because in my book that I'm trying to write and have not written in a long time, and I really need to do it, I've talked about how having a disease is terrible, but living with a disease doesn't have to be. And I think that that's something that is really hard to comprehend even for me sometimes, because we can find ways to make our lives beautiful even if we are in pain. Just the idea of making your life worth the struggle. Through experiences and through love and through happiness and through just self-care and doing things for yourself, you really can make your life a beautiful thing, even though, you know, it's difficult. You just make your life worth the struggle. So also the last thing, no, the second to last thing, I know this video is kind of dragging, sorry, I just really want to get these across, that it's given me the drive to make something great out of my life. So I fought through so much pain over the past 3 years. I fought through countless procedures and drugs and depression and sleepless nights and days of fasting, that I really feel like I am still here, and I'm going to make that mean something. Maybe it doesn't have a meaning, but I'm going to make it mean something. And so the way that I want to make something out of my life is by helping others who are going through pain. But that doesn't mean that that's everyone's way of making meaning out of their life. I think that a good one would be, you know, doing something that you're passionate about, or traveling, or making someone's day, or experiencing something, or becoming an artist, or doing something that you've always wanted to do, just to make meaning out of your life and to make meaning out of your struggle. So I think that there's a lot of wisdom to be gained from being ill. Most of the people that I have met that seem the most enlightened are the sickest ones. And I think there's something to be said through that. I think there's something to be said through, you know, great philosophers starving themselves for a while, because they have the most epiphanies when they're ill and when they don't feel well. And you have so much to give to this world because of what you've gone through. And I think that I just don't ever want to see anyone's struggle put to waste. And I don't think that it will be put to waste if you make something out of it. The last thing that it's given me, of course, is the thing that I try to be the most, and that is strength. I want to be so strong, and I think that it has given me strength, kind of parallel to the idea of resilience, but I think that strength is the ability to be vulnerable. I think that strength is the ability to survive and to thrive. I don't want to tell you inaccurately that I don't have hard, terrible days where I just want to sit in my bed and cry all day long, because I do have those days. But I think that the thing that makes us strong is that, you know, the next day or the next couple days we get out of that bed and we continue on with our lives, and we, you know, say, IBD can't stop me. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys are feeling well on this day, and I want to tell you that what I'm going to be doing for my 3-year anniversary with ulcerative colitis is, 1, school, because I'm always here, but 2, I had a wonderful friend take me to get a donut and a coffee, and then another friend dropped off a big thing of water, because they know that hydration is really important. So I'm going to be spending it self-caring. So I'm going to do, you know, everything that I want to do today. I'm going to go out into the city and study in a little cute boutique-y kind of coffee shop. I'm going to be hydrating myself. I'm going to be painting my nails. I'm going to do things for myself that I enjoy, because, you know, this is a day of mourning, but also of celebration, because I look at where I was then and I look at where I am now, and I look at who I am as a person, and I have forever been changed by this struggle, but not in a bad way. So that's it for now. That's all I have. I hope you guys are happy, and I hope that you can celebrate your life and enjoy the little things and find strength and tenacity and empathy from your struggle, and you make something out of your life, because it is so amazing, and I promise you, you have a lot to give other people because of what you've been through. So that's it for now. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.